Hey, all right, all right. Oh no, all right. How is everybody tonight? Welcome to GUFON, everybody. I am your host, Rich Giordano, and it is Wednesday, November 20th, 2024. Year of our Lord Zitch. So I hope y'all doing good on your hump day. We're going to give her a go, see if we can make this happen. And you're right. It's ridiculous. It's unbelievable. It's crazy. Can't be. Shouldn't be real. Is it? Yeah, it is. Logan Paul wants to get involved with the UAP. Whistleblower. Whatever. Can't do that. We can't have these people bugging in ufology. We all saw what happened when that singer, Dummy LaVito, whatever her name, Danny DeVito, when she wanted to be involved. Oh, I've had so many abductions. Where is she now? Where is she now, Greer? Get me started. I left my drink in the other room. That's the whole reason I got up during the intro. I got to go back in there and go get it. We're going to talk about that tonight. Not the drink. Actually, it's dinner. Actually, I don't know what it is anymore. It's a meal. It ain't a drink. Well, I hope you guys are having a great week. It's been a weird one. I shouldn't even be here today. This show shouldn't even be happening. But it is. There were other things that were going on that were supposed to happen and didn't. So here we are. Home on the range, where the Greer and the Corbell like to play. Like the deer and the antelope. I couldn't come up with anything antelope-y in ufology. Where Greer and the who? Linda Moulton Howe. And what else are we doing tonight? What else? They are a joke. Everything that Logan Paul and Jake Paul are a part of, especially Jake Paul, sadly, they make a lot of money with silly promotions. Silliness. Like that Mike Tyson fight, honestly, I thought it was going to be okay. And for 10 seconds, when Mike came out and did his little foot stomp and bullshit, look at me, peekaboo. Oh, I am so done with him too. He threw 18 punches the whole fight. Yeah, it sucked. When I saw Mike Tyson's ass, when they showed it, either it was by accident or on purpose, whatever it was cottage cheese in a sack, and that's all I see, with the black G-string going down the middle of this old man ass. It was when I saw the old man ass, if you want to know, is when an old man's ass drops and gets drops and pox. Because they don't work out anymore. They're not into, being physical anymore, whatever it is. When I saw Mike's ass, I knew there was no way he'd be able to go 2 rounds, let alone 3, let alone 8, if he really fought. Like, he couldn't even give us 5 minutes This is a professional boxer. Couldn't give us 5 minutes. That's 2 rounds and a half. Couldn't do it. Couldn't give us 5 minutes? That made me hate not only Jake Paul that much more for not knocking his old man ass out. Should have knocked his ass out. Should have put him to bed. Should have made it so that after the fight, Titan, are you going to fight again? You think you'll do that? Yeah, I think I like it. I think it's fun. What, Mike, listen to the guy had to ask him 3 times. Mike, do you want to box again? Yeah, I think I do. I think it's fun. It's fun. Isn't it fun? No. So you're saying you want to box? You want to box again, Mike? I guess so. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. You guys like it, right? No, we didn't and don't. All right, let's do a little roll call and get this shindig started. Did I see? Who cares? Yeah, exactly. Nice to see you. Welcome to the show. 500,000 a punch. Exactly. Oh my God, right? That's what it was. What did Mike make? 20? 20 mil? I know Jake got 40. 40 mil to do nothing. Welcome to the show. Jeanette, the angel of GUFON. Welcome to the show. Time surfing alien. Welcome to the show. Samo, GUFOnian, Rockstar. Welcome to the show. Tomas Robert. Welcome to the show. Nathan from the Quantum Show. What's up? Welcome to the show. Bernie Muro. What do you say there, Chief? Welcome to the show. Yes, it is the guy. First Floor Audio. What do you say there? How you doing? Yeah. You know, the funny thing is, I fell asleep because my Netflix kept going out. And as I'm waiting for it at 99%, seemingly every time, 25, 60, 77, 99%. That's how it would come back, and it would stick at 99%. And I fell asleep, and I woke up to Serrano, the women fighting. They just started. The bell must have woke me up because I heard the bell, and then I'm like, oh, God, I fell asleep. It's been over an hour. But it was on, and that fight, wow. And by the way, talk about highway robbery. Serrano won that fight. I don't care what the other girl did. She didn't throw as much. She didn't land as hard. It was another Jake Paul. Jake Paul is the new. Oh my God. Who was the guy with the hair? Don Ho? Wait, no. Who was the guy who had the big hair? He's that guy. Don. Who was the guy? The guy who always fixed fights. Don Ho? What's up, Renee Cruisin? Welcome to the show. Vomit. What's up, Vomit? Welcome to the show. Stephen A. What is up? How you doing, man? Welcome to the show. Kelly Lewis, welcome to the show. Ozzy Tiger, welcome to the show. Metalhead, welcome to the show. Mrs. Brooke is, huh? Did you come back yesterday after about an hour and watch the rest of the show? I think it was kind of fun. We had a good time yesterday. I hope you came back. David Wilcox, not Wilcock. Welcome to the show. All right. I'm going to get moving on. If I didn't say your name, it doesn't mean I don't love you or anything like that. It's just, I don't say it that much. And, well, we got a lot of show to do. Hey, Brian Yates. Hey, what's up, man? How you doing? Don King. God, I couldn't remember Don Ho. Lunar Sparkles. Snow Queen. Rich. Lead Food. Welcome to the show, everybody. Gyro. All right. Yeah, so, I almost didn't do the show today. I was supposed to be in Apopka, Florida for a town hall meeting now. And I didn't wake up feeling too good. So I stayed home, stayed in bed again all day. And, throughout the day, I started feeling a little better. And around 5:30, I'm like, yeah, I guess I could make the show. And here we are. And I'm barely alive, but we're going to push through for at least, till the top of the hour at least. So we'll keep moving. We'll try to do an hour. You know me, I always push through. But tonight, it's a little different. I shouldn't be here. So we're going to jump right into it. There's a price drop alert. How does that involve ufology, you say? You guys are great. Well, imminent inside the Pentagon's hunt for UFOs, the audiobook is now 40% off. I guess that book ain't doing too well, right? After a few weeks, it's over. See, that's how you know you don't have a hit. It doesn't take much to be on the New York top, bestsellers list. I think you only have to sell 10,000 copies. Yeah, it's not a lot. I don't know if they upped it, but it's not a lot. Anybody can sell 10,000 books. Just put the acronym UFO or UAP on it, and you got a hit, which is what I want to do. But this book, although it was okay, it has gotten a lot of scrutiny for being lackluster, Louis lackluster. Good job. Way to make a buck and be a schmuck. Go hide under the rock from which you called. What? Home. Oh, hey, man. Oh, that was weird. All right, so I'm just gonna jump into it. Logan Paul. So I was browsing when I woke up this afternoon. X, formerly Twitter, and I see this clip, and it says Logan Paul wants to get involved with whistleblowers and the UAP, Disclosure Fund. I said, no. Oh, yeah. And not only that, Logan may have convinced Jake, the fake, to get involved as well. Come on.
But things are getting serious, and I'm getting involved.
How are you going to get involved?
How are you going to get involved? So cool. God, I can't stand these two. I Logan a little bit, but Jake, I cannot. I'm just putting it out there. I do not like Jake Paul at all. Never have. I always thought he was and is a bitch. All right, go. I said go.
Notably, right now, there's a UAP fund.
Oh, wow.
That is like vowing to fund and protect whistleblowers who come forward from being like sued or tried to be like bullied by the United States government. Because right now, there's people inside of these programs that are trying to reverse engineer the crafts, or have seen or heard things or spoken with witnesses, or even like have video footage themselves, who are in the
themselves. Did I hear that right?
Video footage themselves, who
it's themselves, you idiot,
are in the community staying silent because either they're committed to their project, which is cool, but I think they have a bigger commitment to the United States people.
Yeah.
And I think more people are going to realize that and come forward with really important information, but they're also likely going against the government branch that they vowed to stay secret to. And that's a big commitment in itself, and could come with a lot of consequences. I'm gonna help fund some of the whistleblowers' legal fees and stuff, but it's a fund, so like anyone can contribute if they want to.
I'll contribute.
I think you should, bro. This is the future. Like,
why should you or I give money to a schmuck who wants to whistleblow UFO secrets. Why should we help fund that? The balls of these people to even ask or have a fund for this is beyond entitlement. This is more or less them saying, you owe me, to you and me. Why? Why should I give you, the one who kept the secret, who says you're going to come out and give us the secrets, doesn't give us any secrets? You're not going to go to jail. You're not going to get arrested because you already talked to Gobson. Oh, can I say this? Oh, I can? Oh, good. And then they get approval for what they can say, but don't go outside those lines because then we're going to throw you in jail. Oh, God, well, I have funding, so I'm going to say what I want anyway. No, you won't. Oh, I am. I'm going to tell the truth. You won't. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? I do. And they don't. Then they come out and go, I can't talk about that. Talk about it in a skiff. How's that? Would that work? Skiff it? We're going to skiff that one. No, I don't mean skip. Skiff it. Yeah, I'm creating a new words. So they're going to want to get involved. Now, this is why I don't like it. Because now you're bringing in faux celebs, B-rate celebrities, whatever you want to call these people. And they're going to make our cause, disclosure cause, whatever you want to call it, the truthology for ufology cause. Oh, by the way, if you want to help support that, all the links are in the show description. Super chat, super sticker, PayPal, Cash App. We're the only ones that give you the truth. You didn't think about this like I did. I thought of it. And now you're hearing it and you're like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. That's why you support Truthology for Ufology. But anyway, as I was saying, they will make us look less credible. They're going to make us look less credible. I feel like something's crawling on me and there's nothing there. And I don't, okay, I brought up the Demi Lovato, right? When she tried stepping in a few years ago, and what happened? Nothing. She made her claim, she staked and she said it, and now nobody knows who. Where's all the other people that were coming to help ufology? All the celebs. Where are they? Greer. Thought you were bringing in some people. Can I say something? And I mean this. Don't bring celebrities into ufology. Do not do that. Look what it did to that side. You don't bring celebrities in. They're not versed in ufology. Not one of them. Not even Tom DeLonge. Tom DeLonge, you may think, oh God, he knows a lot. No, he knows a lot of stories. But he doesn't know or cares to know or understands or can comprehend the way reality works. That he was being used to bring in a youth movement for what? Because we need their tax dollars in the future when we tell them there's a threat from above or below or interdimensionally we don't understand, and we need to figure out how to stop it. From what? Well, they're here and we don't know why. Well, we're here and maybe they don't know why. Well, this is our planet, your planet. When did you stake the claim to a 4 billion year old planet? Your planet? What movie? The Day the Earth Stood Still. When Keanu Reeves, because he was the alien, and the president was, what was her name? The crazy lady with the hammer in the foot. Anyway, she goes, well, what do you want with our planet or something like that? And, your planet? Hey, Beavis, this lady thinks it's her planet. It's not going to be your planet anymore. That's fantastic. Anyway, we got Beavis and Butthead right here. They're ready to bring truthology to ufology. Oh, hey, Beavis. Look at him. Look at him. Look at his eyes. And he doesn't understand. Why? And look at his arm. It went through the screen. Are you kidding me? Are you seeing this? All right. He went to go punch his brother and he grabbed the microphone instead. All right. Let's get back to work. So they're thinking about helping. Don't. In the wisdom words of Joe Biden and Camel Toe Harris, don't. Don't. Oh, hey, did you hear what Biden said about the bombing Pakistan? What did he say? Don't. Don't. No, how about do? Don't. Don't. I don't. All right. So I found out it's just being available, being alive, being in this field for 2 decades. You get to see when things start to break down, when truthology is no longer part of ufology. You can just see it when it happens. You don't trust anyone. That's the one thing. So, questions were mounting over that Go Fast UFO investigation we all saw yesterday in the hearing. So this person, Brian Graves, we all know and love, says, I spoke to weapons systems officer. I spoke to the weapons systems officer who recorded the video a couple of weeks ago, and he confirmed no one from AARO spoke to him. Because that was the big thing, is that, oh, we contacted AARO, but they didn't get back to us. Or you heard, well, nobody contacted us here at AARO, right? Nobody knows the truth to that. So Ryan Graves automatically, because it's a weapons systems officer, you know, the brother and brother, we work together. Whatever you say, I believe. You wouldn't dare lie, would you? Would you? No, my brother wouldn't lie. That's where we have this problem, Ryan Graves. People want to live on faith alone that their brother is going to be truthful. And when they find out their brother isn't truthful, everything goes up in flames, which is what we saw this year in ufology and why everybody's fighting. Ryan Graves did the one thing that starts the whole house of cards falling, and that is he trusted what the weapons system officer said. Why? Also, why wouldn't he believe him? Well, here's the deal. Don't believe anybody, because the weapons systems officer who recorded the video, and he confirmed, you know, what he saw. How do we know he wasn't talked to and lied to or told to say this? And if you don't say that, then we'll go after this. And then he got the threats, right? That, you know, there's no name attached to it. And there's no name attached to the weapons systems officer, according to Ryan Graves. Oh, we'll look it up. But why didn't he use the weapons systems officer name? This is the problem I have with everybody who makes claims. They never use names. I spoke to the weapons systems officer. Who? Now you got to make me do a little research? No. This is the game they play. They leave out the important stuff. They hope you don't look into it and take their word for it. He confirmed no one spoke to AARO. Believing that statement alone starts the house of cards falling. Brian, you should look into it yourself. That's the mistake these people make. They take the words of their friends, their brothers, and whatever else you want to call that keeps them together in lies, in love, and in blood. Lies, love, and life. I should have went with life. It's a problem. This is where the breakdown happens. You trust everyone. And you know what? I'm not saying don't live your life this way. But you need to be a little bit more transparent when it comes to UFOs and claims of aliens. No, nobody's transparent. Everybody lies. Oh, yeah, everybody lies. I'm going to play this. This is the best part from the hearing, and I think you'll enjoy this. It's just 2 minutes. Here it's basically Kozlowski prepared several slides, and he was showing the resolved cases and, with little diagrams, video analysis, all this stuff. It was pretty nice, right? We thought we might actually see some evidence, but we just got the dons. We got no Evie. We need the Evie for the dance. You put it together and you have evidence. See? Best part of yesterday.
By a law enforcement officer out west, where he observed a large orange orb floating several hundred feet above the ground a couple miles away. He went to investigate what was going on with that orb. And as he was pulling up to the location where he thought would be below the orb, about 40 to 60 meters away from some object the area was well lit, he saw a blacker than black object. He said it was about the size of a Prius, 4 to 6 feet wide. And as he got 40 to 60 meters away from the object, it tilted up about 45 degrees, and then it shot up vertically. He says 10 to 100 times faster than any drone he's ever seen before. And it did that without making a sound, as far as he could tell from inside of his vehicle. And just as it left his field of view through his windshield, then it emitted very bright red and blue lights that illuminated the inside of his vehicle as brightly as if someone had set off fireworks just outside of his vehicle or street flares. So that's anomalous because of the size of the vehicle with the great acceleration. And when he came back to investigate that area, he found no disturbance of the ground beneath it. So that's one interesting one. Another one comes to us from Southeast US. There was a US facility where 2 cars of government contractors were leaving the facility around 9 o'clock in the morning. They looked up in the sky and saw a large metallic cylinder about the size of a commercial airplane, and it was stationary. They observed that there was a very bright white light behind or around the object. They saw it stationary for 15 to 20 seconds, and then it disappeared. Obviously, an object that large, stationary, unless it's a blimp, is unusual, but then disappearing, we can't explain how that would happen. And then the last case was interesting. We had a aircraft that was flying parallel to another aircraft, and it was capturing imagery of it, and a small looking object appeared to fly between the two of them much faster than them. Through very careful analysis, we think that the object might have actually been further away than the object that it was videotaping, but it requires very careful analysis to come to those conclusions, and we don't have the metadata to support.
And we don't have the metadata. I want to listen to that first one again. I want to point something out, I think.
Above the ground a couple miles away, he went
Hold on. This is cool.
Out west, where he observed a large orange orb.
An officer who saw a large orange orb
floating several hundred feet above the ground a couple miles away. He went to investigate what
couple hundred feet off the ground, miles away.
couple miles away. He went to investigate what was going on with that orb. And as he was pulling up to the location where he thought would be below the orb, about 40 to 60 meters away from some object that was, the area was well lit, he saw a blacker than black object. He said it was about the size of a Prius, 4 to 6 feet wide. And as he...
But he doesn't tell us what shape the object is. He just said it was the size of a Prius. Doesn't say if it's an orb. He said it's darker than dark. So you have a well-lit area, and what appears to be in the area that's lit, a very black object of size of a Prius. What could this object be? Well, to me, it sounds like a portal. You know, how are we supposed to know? Because the only way I came up with saying a portal was through movies, right? Now, I understand newer movies, usually they do a little research and they understand that if you're going to displace time and space, you may see a black void, right? Because it's displacement of time and space, but I'm not sure that's exactly what it would look like. But all right, so there's this black thing there. Continue.
got 40 to 60 meters away from the object. It tilted up about 45 degrees, and then it shot up vertically. He says 10 to 100 times faster than any drone he's ever seen before. And it did that without making a sound.
10 to 100 times. Do you know how much difference there is between 10 and 100 times?
As far as he could tell from inside of his vehicle. And just as it left his field of view through his windshield, then it emitted very bright red and blue lights that illuminated the inside of his vehicle as brightly as if someone had set off fireworks just outside.
Or maybe his own lights were on, red and blue.
His vehicle or street flares. So that's anomalous because of the size of the vehicle with the great acceleration. And when he came back to investigate that area, he found no disturbance of the ground beneath it.
Isn't that amazing? How do we know that whole story wasn't made up? I know. I'm sure there's communication and, with home base. All right. Good stuff. I like that, though. Yeah. That's the thing. When you take eyewitness accounts from people who aren't used to looking into this stuff. So you get a cop, although they are trained, not very well, mind you, but they are trained in observation. So they're just a little bit better at knowing what to look for than the regular Joe Schmo. I say do this. Stare at it. Look at it. And that pretty much should be in your brain. Right there. You looked at it. That's all you got to do. Just look at it. Yeah. That's called observation. It's a skill. Yeah. Apparently you can get better at it. Watch how much better I am now than I was 30 seconds ago. Ready? See how I leaned in? Watch. I'm so much better now than I was. That's the training that you and I don't have. Wait, there's more. It's going to be much better this time. Yes, cover one eye. I don't know. It doesn't matter. All right, here we go. Continuing with the show. Oh. A groundskeeper at a Masonic lodge shares his account of the 1952 DC UFO incident. You guys know what that day is? Do you know? Oh, watch this. Oh, this is Maurice Hill. This is actually a really interesting story. Listen to this guy. You tell me, true or fool? All right.
My father and I were sitting on the
Liar.
back porch, and he just happened to look up and see it looked like four planes or something. They were lights. Four of them. They trailing about 3 or 4 behind it. And I asked my father what was it. He just looked at me and said, I know.
Which direction did your house face, your porch?
My porch was like it.
Wow, what a great question, Lou. Which way does your porch face? Why? Just trying to get a,
13th and E, but 12 blocks from here, from the Capitol, right off, or half a block off of Pennsylvania Avenue. And my back porch, from my back porch, you could see the Capitol.
This show contained a lot of bizarre synchronicities that I have trouble explaining. In fact, the groundskeeper of this lodge, an 82-year-old man named Maurice Hill, recognized Lou before we even got there and started to open up about his own UFO encounters. Soon we learned that he was one of the last living witnesses of the famous DC flyover, a slew of UFO sightings in July of 1952 in the Capitol, prompting headlines like this newspaper article, and a call between Truman and then American chief UFO investigator Edward J. Ruppelt. It also sent the CIA into a frenzy about how to manage the UFO problem.
We can say that the recent sightings are
I'm not sure. Why was a 12-year-old boy there?
in no way connected
He was 12
with
when he
any
was there.
secret development by any department of the United States.
There's been a lot of discussion that actually there were some, I think it was an F-105 fighter jet that was actually scrambled to intercept those lights, those luminous objects. And there's even one reported account where perhaps they were asked to fire upon and may have actually hit one of them. That has not been verified yet, but there are some allegations about that.
Me and two of my friends were standing on the sidewalk talking down on Wiley Street Northeast. And while we were talking, just happened to look up to see this thing going up in the air. Looked like a huge jellyfish. I said, what the hell?
Okay.
What was the jellyfish doing up and going? And it just was going up and up, and like the jellyfish was in the water or whatever. At the bottom of it, looking at it, it looks like looking into a volcano when you see reddish and black
The lava.
bubbling, lava bubbling or whatever. That's what it looked like under the bottom of it.
First of all, when did this occur? What year?
That was in the 70s, around 73, 74, somewhere along
Early
there.
to mid 70s.
Yeah,
Okay, and was that here in Washington, D.C.?
yeah,
So do you remember what direction you were looking at in the sky?
yeah.
What does that matter?
That way, southeast.
How far away and how big was the object if you had to guess?
That thing was big. It was about the size of maybe a car, like a
It could have been a balloon.
round balloon.
Don't you understand? The fire that lights it up inside. He saw a hot air balloon, you schmohawk.
Round,
Come on, it looks just like it. It's so stupid.
about the size of a car. And it was about, when I first saw it, it was like looking at that. And it looked like it was just going up and up and up.
Almost like a parachute? Is that a...
Yeah, like a parachute,
Okay.
but it was just going,
Interesting.
well, how
Man, that guy was tripping balls.
high is this? About
The 70s? Come on.
30 feet.
Yeah, we're roughly about 30 feet.
Well, that was about 45 or 50 feet.
That's
just a
pretty
little
close.
higher than that.
Wow.
When UFO researcher Jeremy Corbell released a video that was caught in Iraq in 2018 of a jellyfish-shaped UFO, I have to admit I was a bit skeptical. It just felt like the object looked like none of the other discs, tic tacs, saucers that get reported. It was extremely high strangeness. And so hearing this groundskeeper, Maurice Hill, saying that he himself had had an up-close and personal encounter with a jellyfish-shaped UFO was actually pretty mind-blowing and was fairly confirming for me.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah,
Really
sir, it's
appreciate
been
it.
an honor and privilege. Thank you very much.
Hey, doesn't anybody I think, okay, now let's go back a few frames. When we walked up there, Maurice recognized Lou. Obviously, this guy follows ufology. And if Lou Elizondo is coming over to meet with you, you have already talked to him the day before, a few days ago, a week before. This is all bullshit. He was already looking up Lou if he wasn't already into it. For him to say jellyfish, to me, seems like he planned on it, or these guys heard his story, and then when he said, oh, it kind of looked like a parachute, or you know, something like a guy jumping out of a plane. So could it have looked like a jellyfish maybe? Yeah, it looked like a jellyfish. Maybe they put the jellyfish into his mind. I don't know. But I don't like it. I don't like it at all. The whole thing is suspect. Well, he was only 12 years old when he was there. If it happened in 52, and he's 82 now, watch. So you have to take away the years that are left over. So 52, 62, 72, 82, 92, 2002, 2012, 2022. That's 70 years. Plus the 2 years, add 10, 82. Something like that. He was only 10, 12 years old. What was he doing there? Very strange that a 12-year-old would be. What was he? Did he say he was at the Pentagon? Oh, no, he just lived up the street. Oh, that's right. Yeah. This is just the last living witness. And his story sounds unlike anybody else's I've ever heard. Going back to 52 on that Washington day. Such a beautiful day it was. A little humid. Oh, boy. Well, we can count that story as bullshit. No, it looked like a jellyfish. Yeah, no, it didn't. I'm sure you said parachute, and then they showed you Jeremy's video, and then all of a sudden, or he already knew what jellyfish was and wanted to be the guy to say it first. Anything with Lou is BS. That's all you got to know. Huh. You know, it's pretty scary. I'm not a fear-mongering guy, or no, I'm not even a pessimistic guy, to be honest. But I'm really scared we are heading into a World War III. Putin said that if we helped Ukraine, even indirectly, and we did, we gave Ukraine weapons that they used to shoot at Russia yesterday or the day before. And by all intents and purposes, legally, Putin would be right in saying that it is an act of war. And we might be on the cusp of World War III. As a matter of fact, Some people say World War III started today because of what has been said and the threats that have been made. So although, we tend to live here in fantasy land talking about UFOs and aliens, there's just a sense of reality not too far away from the things that are supposed to be non-threatening. And if they're there, they're going to be used. The nukes. Putin said he's going to use them. If what happens, happened, and it happened. It's a pretty scary time. It really is. It hasn't been, this has never happened before. We're in trouble. And I believe that's why Trump was allowed to win the presidency, because it's not going to matter. Because there'll be a war, a nuke is going to go off, and what'll happen is there's probably some amendment which allows the current president, even during an election part that already got the new president elected, still, what is it, January 20th, whatever day it is, Biden's still president. And if war happens, I think what happens is that president stays in power throughout the war campaign. That's I don't know if it's true, but that's why they didn't care if Trump won or not, because the end game has started. And I hope it's not true. It's pretty scary to think that we might be on the last days of good, of living. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know, but it's pretty scary. So, we're just near Thanksgiving and Christmas, and they're talking. Putin says, it'll be a dark Christmas, something like that, or it doesn't look good. Putin threatens nuclear war by Christmas after Biden launches bombing raids inside Russia. Big mistake. And everybody said it. Don't do it. Don't. A fucking hypocrite, right? Don't. Terrible. Yes. Anyway. Hold on. I was going to play some, but I'm not. All right. Back to ufology for a while. Well, at least we can live in fantasy land for as long as it takes, right? So a UFO reported by police officer moved up to... Well, hold on a second. Oh. I'm stupid. I already played that. Tucson UFO sighting. Well, we'll see about that. All right, here we go. We've got a UFO 23-second sighting. I think I know what this might be, but it's Tucson. That's in Arizona. All right, today.
Look at that. Call my mom. Where's your phone? Where's your phone? Hurry up. Oh my god. Look at it. Or take a video of it.
By the way, that's an airplane. That's exactly what they look like when they are coming in for a landing and they got their landing lights on. You could even hear it, and you can, well, I have headphones on, I can hear it.
Look at that.
But you can see the blinking lights, and it's funny how you'll see here in a second.
Where's your phone? Where's your phone?
The video ends right when you see the blinking lights.
Look at it. Or take a video.
Right here. Uh-oh. Did you see that? That green blinker? Yeah, it's called an airplane. See, this is what I don't like. You can't stop the machine. You can't stop it. See that? Green. Yeah. You can't stop this. People are going to be, there it is again, green. Yeah, green. You can't stop it. People are going to be posting stuff because they just don't know. Now, she knew once it turned and she realized, oh, it's an airplane. Oh my God. And then her boyfriend is like, hey, let me see that for a second. I'm going to post this to TikTok, but I'm not going to show the part that it turned. Okay. Okay. There you have it. A new fake. Made its way all the way to TikTok, YouTube, and right here on GUFON. It didn't take much. Another lie. Another lie. What's this? Oh, I got to read this. All right. Okay, John Greenwald. We all know John, right? Mr. Consistency over there. He says, I've long said, as others have, Project Blue Book was an explanation rather than an investigation. After yesterday and seeing a Pentagon spokesperson sitting right there, pretty convinced AARO is the same thing. Accuracy and investigation will take a back seat to explanation. Wait a minute. We want an explanation. Accuracy and investigation will take a back seat to explanation? Well, if you can see it's a balloon just by looking at it, what do you have to investigate for? Where the balloon was made, what kind of plastic or rubber was it made of, and what string was used on the bottom? You know, I mean, really, we want the explanation. And usually, John, it's through accuracy and investigation when it's done the right way. I don't see how Project Blue Book was an explanation. They did research there. And let's give this Kozlowski guy a chance. We all know he's going to fail, but let's give him a chance. God, why am I the voice of reason here? Something has flipped in ufology. Of course, AARO is going to be the same shitty investigation UFO, UAP group that the government will. It's government. Everything by the government is lackluster. We know that because people take advantage of the government. 40 hours a week? Pfft, I'm working 8 hours a week. Oh, they'll get 40 on the time card. Benefits? Shh. 15 grand a year for benefits? Shh. All right, I'll work an extra 30 minutes. They don't care. And I'm seeing it firsthand. Actually, in Florida, they do work pretty well, I have to admit. I haven't caught anybody slacking off. Yet. All right, so I was going to read this thing. All right, let's see what he said. And then yeah. Oh wow, Mick West. Oh, this is why I wanted to show this. Oh, this is silly. All right, there's a diagram here, and it shows from 2023 to 2024 the reported UFO hotspots. And Mick West says either someone switched up their latitude longitude projection technique, or the aliens are fleeing the center of the earth because of the way this thing is moving, I guess. Why isn't it moving? Like, really? So they were all out over the ocean. Now they're over Florida and parts of Texas. And over here, they were just a little in the southwest by California, Albuquerque, Arizona. And then now they're all over California. I don't know what's this. India over here? It's pretty funny, actually. Look how horrible this is from year to year. 23, 24. 23, 24. This looks like a Band-Aid in 23 right there. See that? Same one over here. Band-Aid. Just put a Band-Aid on it, John. All right. Is that it? There's more? Let's see. No, there's no more. Pretty silly. Pretty silly. See, people are just nitpicking. Even Mick West, they're just nitpicking. Nobody's doing anything worth talking about in mainstream or sub-mainstream. Like Lou Eliganzo and the boys just going out there interviewing that guy. So, 70 years ago, man. Tell me something from 70 days ago, right? Get us some real UFO. Do something now. We could all live in the past, Lou. See, Lou's taking the easy way out. I'm going to try to cover history just like the last 45 people who had shows. Roswell. We're going to talk about Chicago O'Hare, the Phoenix Lights, Rendlesham. We're going to do it all again. My way, the Lou way. Oh, God, why? So sick of it. Really? No, really. The Eisenhower briefing document that was leaked in 1984 is public domain evidence that non-human bodies were recovered at the Roswell crash. Yeah. Have you heard? You heard? Pretty wild. I'm pulling it up. On July 1947, a secret operation was begun to assure recovery of the wreckage of this object for scientific study. During the course of this operation, aerial reconnaissance discovered that 4 small human-like beings had apparently ejected from their craft at some point before it exploded. These had fallen to Earth about 2 miles east of the wreckage site. All 4 were dead and badly decomposed due to action by predators and exposure to the elements during the approximately 1-week time period which had elapsed before their discovery. A special scientific team took charge of removing these bodies for study. The wreckage of the craft was also removed to several different locations. Civilian and military witnesses in the area were debriefed. News reporters were given the effective cover story that the object had been a misguided weather research balloon. Although these creatures are human-like in appearance, the biological and evolutionary processes responsible for their development had apparently been quite different from those observed or postulated in Homo sapiens. Wow. Oh, no, look here. Oh, it's real. Yeah, I'm not just reading, I'm reading the document. Look. Yep. Pretty wild. If real. See, that's the whole thing. We don't know. I mean, this could be made in an AI time machine for all we know. You understand? You know what I mean? You hear what I'm saying? So, pretty cool, though. So, it was leaked in 84. So, 47, 57, 67, 70. So, 37 years later, it was leaked. And here we are, 40-something years later, talking about this again. It is the magic of ufology. Anjali's here. Hello, Anjali. How is everybody? Tom? What's that? No, I didn't see any messages. Nope. All right. Well, that's it for tonight. I am not running at 100, but I wanted to do at least an hour. So appreciate everybody hanging out. And hopefully we'll be back tomorrow. And that's that. Thank you, everybody. Hope you have a great night. And alien bless.
There's a good thing. It's rotating. What was in the skies of mysteries, and why did it sound like the most treasured sites in Christianity? There's a new this is something proof for UFO, form of right